Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Polk County Public Schools, the Detroit Tigers, and the City of Lakeland, welcome to Publix Field at Joker Marchant Stadium. We're proud that you have joined us for today's commencement ceremony as we honor the momentous accomplishments of our students. Now, please stand and remove your caps in honor of the class of 2020.
Good afternoon, parents, guardians, family members, and friends. I am Gina Williams, the very, very proud principal of Winter Haven High School. Thank you. I want to welcome you to the Class of 2020 graduation commencement ceremony. Please honor our graduates this afternoon by being respectful during their speeches and awarding of the diplomas. This is a memorable day, and we want everyone to enjoy this event. I would like to introduce Zoe Whiting, Senior Class President, to lead in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand and remove your hats.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In 1921, Winter Haven High School began the tradition of the mantle. Each year, the graduating class designs a patch to add to the legacy of the mantle. This year, we added our part to the tradition and left our mark on the school. Thank you to Rachel Williams for designing our patch.
Good afternoon. I would like to thank the Polk County School Board, Detroit Tigers Organization, and Publix Corporation for allowing our class of 2020 this wonderful opportunity. We welcome our distinguished guests, faculty, and families to this graduation commencement ceremony. You may be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce our distinguished guest, Superintendent of Polk County Schools, Jacqueline Bird. John Hill, Deputy Superintendent. The Honorable Sarah Beth Reynolds, District 4. Tammy Dawson, Regional Assistant Superintendent for High Schools. Winter Haven City Commissioner Tracy Mercer. Steve Lester, Chief of Staff, Polk County Sheriff's Office. I would also like to introduce our administration, Renee Phoebus, Assistant Principal. Damian Johns, Assistant Principal. Heather Catrett, Assistant Principal. Nikki Jordan, Assistant Principal. Dr. Vincent Miller, Polk County Teacher of the Year, also Winter Haven High School Teacher of the Year. Also to recognize our retirees, Melanie Smith, also to recognize Sergeant Major Carter, but also Nancy Bachman, who is our Senior Class President, and she does an amazing job. We love her. She's going to retire this year, but she makes us all look good. Also, our fantastic faculty who came out here to help us. Without them, I'm not sure we would have got our students organized. So thanks to our faculty and staff. Also, to our class of 2020, you guys are remarkable. You've had it tough, but just remember, you will always be the class that will always be remembered. I am now honored to introduce the Winter Haven High School Salutatorian, Ariston Lake Walker. Ariston is graduating with a weighted GPA of a 4.750. He will be attending Florida State University.
Good evening now, but good evening students, families, teachers, and administration. Welcome to Winter Haven High School's commencement of the class of 2020. My name is Ariston Walker, and I am honored to be standing here before you today. You see, much like every one of us has done before, I told myself I had plenty of time to write this speech. We all put things off, thinking that there will be time to take care of it tomorrow. A couple months ago, we all thought that we had time left to get things done. We had prom coming up, we had grad bash to look forward to, we still had plenty of time to spend with our friends. Well, things didn't quite turn out that way. We went home from school in mid-March with no way of knowing we had run out of time. We had still hoped that everything would quickly go back to normal, but we had no idea if it really would. In this time, however, we cannot focus on what could have been, but instead shift our focus to what can and will be. This is our time. Let's make the most of every minute. 1 Corinthians says, "When I was a child, I talked like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me." Class of 2020, this is our time. Let's not focus on the things we lost. Let's instead focus on what we have gained. When we entered here today, we entered as children for the very last time. We are about to venture into adulthood. Some of us will be going off to college. Some of us will enter the armed forces. Some of us will go straight into employment. And some of us may even still be making up our minds. Before we go our separate ways, let us use this as one last time to be together. We have prepared for this moment for 12 years. Now it is our time. We made it through a solar eclipse, a couple of hurricanes, and most recently, a global pandemic. These experiences have tried to knock us down, but they have only made us stronger. A few short weeks ago, we had our doubts. We did not know if this day would come. Here we are today. We stand unconquered. We stand together. Class of 2020, this is our time, and I think it's safe to say we've earned it. Congratulations and welcome.
It is now my honor to introduce Winter Haven High School's valedictorian, Kelsey Page Gross. Kelsey graduates with a weighted GPA of 4.754 and will attend Florida State University in the fall.
Good evening, class of 2020. Guess our 2020 vision didn't see this coming. We're the first class in Winter Haven High School's history to graduate from Joker Merchant Stadium. Most schools across the nation did not get to graduate in person, but I'm happy to be here and see you all in person, even if it is a little hot. Charles Dickens once wrote, "It was the best of times and it was the worst of times." I think this quote accurately describes our senior year. The first half of our senior year, much like the first half of this quote, was the best of times. It was full of memories that we will cherish for a lifetime. Whether it was Miss Sab making sure we were in her class and we were registered to vote, or Mr. Jones teaching us the important life lessons that we can't learn in a classroom, or Mr. Erb getting pictures as a thank you for believing in his students without fail, all while teaching us about that the mitochondria is more than the powerhouse of the cell, even if that's all we remember. There are too many memories to list them all. Little did we know that the worst of times would be March 13th, and it would be our last Friday. The last time we get to hear Miss Northern go, "It's Friday!" Last time seeing our friends at school, seeing our teachers without 6 feet between us, last time getting to sit in our favorite class. Despite all of these lasts, we are a history-making class. We entered this world in the wake of 9/11, making it history for us and not an event in which we lived. We do not know what it was like to go to an airport without TSA. Just like future classes will not know what it is like to go to school without feeling the impact of COVID-19. We were about 6 years old when our country saw its first African-American president. Now we get to graduate during a global pandemic. We see beyond traditional boundaries. We like to see the good in a situation and savor it. Ms. Shubley once said to me, "It doesn't matter how smart you are, how much money you have, how pretty you are, if you aren't a kind and compassionate person." We as a class have lived these events that have shaped us into a unique class who cares greatly for those around us. As I end my speech, I want to thank multiple people. I want to thank our school administration, who with their tireless support, we made it here today. To our teachers, who made our high school education what it is and believed in us even if we didn't believe in ourselves. To our parents, who have supported us emotionally and financially through high school. And a large thank you to Superintendent Byrd, who listened to us as a class and worked hard to make sure that we were able to graduate the way that we wanted to, together as a class. I would like to personally thank a few teachers. Mr. Hall for instilling me a love of engineering and showing me that sometimes it's okay to be pushed off a cliff and out of my comfort zone. To Ms. Erb for teaching me that sometimes it's okay to stop and slow down and think through the problem. Ms. Hunt for making me realize that there's always more than one perspective on a situation. Ms. Bachman for providing me with the opportunities that I never would have had without her help. Most importantly, I would like to thank my mom. She has shown me the value of a strong work ethic and a compassion. I would not be who I am today without her. Although we are 6 feet apart, 6 feet means nothing compared to the years we spent together as a class making memories. So a final word of advice. If we've learned anything in our senior year, it's that time goes fast. Never take anything for granted, and things can change in an instant. I think Winnie the Pooh said it best when he said, "How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard." So goodbye, Winter Haven High School, and hello to the new chapter of our lives.
At this time, we are proud to introduce Winter Haven High School's class of 2020 graduates. We may now begin. Kelsey Page Gross. Ariston Lake Walker. Madeline Ray Moore. Gabrielle Hadley Picos. Cameron James Badnell. Morgan Victoria DiLorenzo. Jacob Thomas Wheaton. Rachel Alicia Williams. Kimberly Brianna Gilly. Jill Huang. Cameron Lawrence Luby. Skylar Elaine Adams. Amber Sophia Disla Borgia. Adam Douglas Frost. Dylan Shane Smith. Samantha Leanne Griner. Morgan Ray Jaimez. Peyton Marie Moxham. Austin Milton Mastifa. Samuel Dylan Adams. Lauren Faith Campbell. Hannah Grace Sayers. Kennedy Maxine Holbert. Kaylee Brooke Barnhill. Braden Allen Fitzgerald. No middle name, Jasmine Patel. Is it Lee or Leah? Isabel Lee Murphy. Ansley Reese Nicholas. Sean Anthony Radney. They've got to move up. Ashley Mondelise. Alexandra Marika Martin. Tia, no middle name? No middle name? Tia Cobbett. Jadea Kaylee Green. Aliana Brienne Williams. No Damien. Zoe Marie Whiting. Lindsay K. Ivy. Megan Danielle Brady. Clara Elise Loveday. Dania Jamour. Brianna Renee Thomas. Gabriella Sophia Latorre Keelan. Eliana Lourdes Marrero. Jack Stewart Scamahorn. Yafa St. Florose. Asaria Jamise Williams. It's on here. Malcolm Isaiah Ross. Kaylee Cheyenne Stevens. They should be handing them. It'll make it a lot easier. Brianna. Alexis Brianna Clark. Anna Ruth Crow. Brianna Grace Dawson. Keishantis Amora Reagans. Octavia Lily Pearl Jackson. Say your middle name. Maylene Jaira Ramos. Jens. Avery Hannah Jens. You're up, Nick.
Taylor Brooke Nissen. Michael Anthony Kitchens. Emily Marie Clark. Reagan Chanel Robinson. Molly Elizabeth Cunningham. Saili Cologne. Chantel Tejeda. Dylan Dustin Grazier. Christina Marielle Martinez Pena. Erica Morales. Jenna Bell Lester. Rihanna Billa. Rihanna Rose Herman. Savannah Rochelle Lang. Tori Deshawn Davis. Liliana Vasquez Sanchez. Macy Lene Wells. Paxton Hope Agnes Turner. Anasasis Michelle Alamo Calderon. Carson Faith McCain. Dominic Victor Simones. Brandon Jared Cox. Darianne Amanda Price. Angelica Tatiana Miranda Latorre. Megan Michelle Ricks. Riley Brooke Bodell. Michaela Jade Peppo. Sebastian Jamel Baz. Passion Azaria Jefferson. Michaela Madison Brooks. Elizabeth Pauline Weeson. Ryan Dalton Dix. Austin McAllister Rich. Adam Udit. Christina Marie Myers. Stephen Dino Paul. Christopher Dylan Shank. Courtney Elena Holbert. Maxine Nicole Horn. Aliana Talea Gordon. Fantasia Debonair Thurston. Jacob Derek Morris. Sarah Elizabeth Aguilar. Chloe Renee Cecilia Grooms. Zane Thomas Williamson. Jacob Wesley Santiago. Gabriela Nicole Robles Carmona. Keena Rianne Cleveland. Cyan Dolores Frankins. Madison Riley Rivera. Haley Ann Lacka. Kendall Moibe Musimi. Daniel Rodriguez.
Giovanna Isabel Mejia. Madison Hope Barber. Bryce Andrew Robb. Gregory James McClendon. Guadalupe Jacqueline Gonzalez Tellez. Edorna Emily Jean Charles. Shaddai Nicole Rivera Negron. Tyler Alexander Spence. Jocelyn Dominique Webster. Bryce Terrell Edwards. How do you say your middle name? Nikita Andreevich Ishenko. Weltlin. Brett Allen Weltlin. Vincenzo Stephen de Blasio. Nope. Javantis Malik Fountain. Javantis Malik Fountain. Say your middle name. Ranjanelle. Jada Ranjanelle Dixon. Sway Naomi Rodriguez Rodriguez. Savannah Abri McKinney. Darnina. Shantasia Darnina George. Melissa Ramirez Sanchez. Aliana Christine Santiago. Joseph August Williams. Vanessa Marie Burgos. Peyton Elizabeth Cressman. J. Dior Angelo Grant. Madison Leanne Gorby. Corbin Aubrey Hearn. Jacqueline Mia Benitez. No middle name? Do you have a middle name? Leonardo Gonzalez. Aridalice Esmeralda Pena. Hunter Gage Lassiter. Wildelise Naimi Melendez Matos. Joshua Luke Seliscar. Jurelis Rodriguez Gonzalez. Hannah Lynn Gerard. Nathan Scott Whitney. Clayton Matthew Conklin. Malachi Sean Howard. Jason Lynn McNear. Damian Jones Jr. Alex Craig Long. Vanilis Nicole Henriquez Velez. Joshua Chavon Nicholas Jones. Alejandro Chavaria. Machina Deja McCrae. Denavia Jashay Walker. Jacob Otis Barksdale. Camille Rosa Hanford. Samantha Jewel Bodell. Shelby Demetra Ricks. Stephen Joshua Espinoza. Layla Leandra Harper. Darnell Joshua Audi. Dakota Hunter Curry. Charlissa Elaine Starr Arnold.
Cheyenne Nicole Lake. Kiana Elise Gilliam. Angelique Perdomo. Kiara Destiny Van Duzen. Nathaniel Nieves. Glance Vard Altador. Brian Alexander Medina. Victoria Lewis Augustine. Sarah Jean Baptiste. Taylor Nicole Seymour. Marshall Jr. Dorleans. Adam Ray Hotor Apigo. Alan Evan Mayfield. Mikhail Michael Coe. Milton Joshua Negron Frankie. Chastity Lee Phelps. Melina K. Rowe. Joseph Richard Barksdale. Trinity Nicole Brannon. Simose Dorleans. Liz Valeria Gonzalez. Glenn Thomas Gutierrez. Sebastian Tyler McCracken. Malaysia Diamond Pierre-Louis. Tori Danielle Camphouse. Thea Rafia Mustafa. Matthias Bernard Lee. Amal Jamal Marar. Tynesha Renee Jackson. Abby Nicole Morris. Brock Ned Johnston. Jayla Chardell Smart. Ruth Apollon. Catherine Elaine Bernthal. Natalie Edith Rivera Vasquez. Zaina Diaria Aisha Ray. Rose Curleen Hercule. Mo Isan Jabber. Sean Joseph Jean. Rayanne Marie Melvin. Brandon Nicholas Cancel. Janasia Ann Hilliard. Brianna Lee Lippett. Eric Sebastian Rivera. Kenneth Lewis Gunter. Nora Darwish. Natalie Marie Janau. Dewan Lamar Henderson. JC Holden Potter. Marquasia Lakiria Johnson. Bobby Shera. Adam Christopher Bernthal. Theophana Lynette Beamer. Matthew John Harris II.
Ariel Salgado. Kyasia Lachey Woolfolk. Serena Renee Alana Beals. Lonesia Chantel Melvin. Christelle Simeon. Nicholas Pierce Flanagan. Crendon Everett Cutforth. Victor Manuel Amasquito Lagur. Nayeli Becerra. Y'all gotta get closer. Carla Michelle Maldonado Alfaro. Zakiah Reyna Stubbs. Haley Marie Bennett. Jessica Lewis. Ryan Nicole McNeil. Shay Nicole McCready. Raquel Leticia Munoz. Michael David Van Valkenburg. Amelia Cheyenne Morehouse. Megan Lynn Ann Marie Grandy. Xavier Jawan Andrews. Lisbeth Larzabal. Jiswani Perez Rivera. Lee Imbert Milford. Jorge Armando Martinez Colon. Kendriana Alexia Daniels. Alexis Jolena Hardrick. Julian J. DeJesus. Antonio Miranda Zapata. Ernie Morales Velez. Asai Hannah Lilith Miller. Alex Christopher Jackson. We should be on Ayanna Lachey Tarver. Kelly Marie Williamson. Amber Wynette Lofton. Ashanti Lamonri Lumpkin. Go ahead, baby. See, we're out of order again. What's your middle name? Your middle name? Jonathan Michael Brewster. They're Ashlyn Faye McCormick. See, they're all out of order. Noel Gabriel Hernandez Irizarry. See, we already had some of these down here. Emily May Sanders. Lisette Nicole Lavasser. Jose Antonio Ferrer. Yanitza Adams. Devin Guy Alexander. Wellington Paul Alphonse. Tyrese Terrell Anglin. Jacob Alexander Aragon. Is it Yandel? Yandel Luis Arroyo Gonzalez. Jamil Malik Augustine. Home plate, baby. Tyler Vaughn Bailey. Brighton Joshua Barnes. Joseph Daniel Barnhorst. Morales Jasenia Barral. Christian Gabriel Beltran. Christravion Malik Boswell.
Christian Nathaniel, oh no, excuse me, Christian Bowie. Christopher Lamar Bowie. Efrain Josue Benitez. Christian Nathaniel Bergeron. Givaldi Lorenzetti Bernard. O'Neill Tony Berry. Sheriam Celeste Banticourt Pacheco. Trenton Blake Bishop. Darielle Christine Brochet. Kahari Mikael Brown. Micaiah Nishon Brown. Nakaya Malaysia Brown. Brandon Manuel Bruno. Serenity Grace Berger. Jaquarius LaShawn Tremaine Burgess. Valeria Marie Burgos Garcia. Jordan Corey Burney. Christopher Austin Calhoun. Hector Emil Camacho Rivera. Janice Campbell. Raul Omar Castillo Ramos. Anaya Monet Caesar. Stephanor Christoph. Tania Chandrell Clark. Jalea Anaya Winter Gill. Rebecca Lynn Cox. Shantavis Ashanti Jewel Hanford. Sapphire Ashanti Henderson. Ezekiel Paul Coley. Dentasia Davia Christavia Dent. Eric Tyree Davis. Matthew Amando Davis. Victoria Elizabeth De Leon. David Michael DePasquale. J Desire. Tristan Lee Devane. Nathaniel James Diaz. Tanaya Artrice Ananda Dickey. Tygear Arthur Donathan. Anse Chesley Donatian. Jokito Dorr. Densley Dorless. Montarius Devon Elder. Wood Darlee Evecard Duchard. Micaiah Janiah Drawhorn. Garrett Wayne Eretz. Noah Connor Harris. Jolande Emilian. Wacliffe Eugene. Wagali Eugene. Brian Dariel Faria Velez. Mizael Thomas Fernandez Rosas. Zachary Caleb Ferrier. Jennifer Lisa Fevier. Lumaris Flores Hernandez. Who are you? What's your name? Elio.
Michael Gaston Lopez. Fabiana Lene Francois. Cage Jordan Frank. Alexis Marie Gaston. Erica Garcia. Savannah Marie Gentry. Sunny Ray Gearhart. Alexander Nathaniel Hernandez. Ryan Demetrius Garcia. Marquarius Lamar Gaskins. Delshawn Lorenzo. Aquan Glanton. Jan Joshua Gonzalez Jaime. Trevor Gerard Gooseby. What's your name, honey? Yasmin Bree Hadley. Quadri Michael Bishop Hamilton. Lashad Lamar Hart. Nathan Andrew Ham. Thomas Bradley Hawkins. Christian Herrera. Danielle Lynette Hicks. Santiago Herrera. Michaela Leanne Hood. Ashley Nicole Hunt. Kayla Dion Harris. Brandon Michael Lee Ingram. Isaac Deshaun Johnson. Isaiah Keyshawn Johnson. Lyric Ebony Johnson. Aaliyah Victoria Gote Woods. Tamarius Javon Johnson. Alonzo Richard James. Julian Edward James. Daniel Montgomery Jarrett. LaQuisha Shantae Kennedy. Trey Allen Johnson. Willie Maurice Johnson Jr. What's that? Land Allen Amerlo Isidore. Nymetria Courtney Marie Jones. Stephanie Marie Jose Santana. Isabel Cherie Kerr. Jonathan Lionel Ketterer. Timothy Glenn Key. Martha Macayo Colonzo. Dallas Jade Knight. Chloe Diane Kurtz.
Charles Terrell Lamb. Alina Renee Langs. Patricia Alexandria Lashley. Olivia Marie Levens. Brandy Renee Lariche. Essence Cheyenne Lewis. Brandon Jeremy Luter. Christopher Lee Lopez. Jenna Louise Lowry. Keegan Anthony McPherson. Mara Marlowe. Destiny Ann Marchand. Taylor Rain Mazzarella. Bethany Enid Martinez Pereira. Jessica Lewis. Skylar Marie Mathis. Isabel Morales Salazar. Christian Grace Moore Griffith. Kimberly Lewis. Victor Daniel Moran. Kobe Lynn Morgan. Aaron James Moore. Ariana Lise Luna. Cassandra Faith McCalla. Sierra Micaiah Marilis. Hannah Grace Meggs. Andrew Ty Mavoisi. Andy Miser. Zadarian Jaheim Monroe. Mitasia Von Shea Denise Munson. Alan Walter Natal Rodriguez. Robert Negron. Katiana Nelson. Christian Kyler Nestor. Joe Paul Norris. Elver Nunez. William Ivan Ortiz. Alfonso Jody Carmela Osario. Jonathan Pagan Bonilla. Kelson Philip Pierre. Stephen Michael Pilkington. Colton James Edward Poulin. Kayla Renee Pridgeon. Travion Lamar Rags. Brian James Ramsey. Kobe Xavier Richard. Serenity Perdija Monet Rideau. Christopher James Riley.
Ray Renee Rivera. Shelby Nicole Robertson. Macarena Leah Rodas Ramirez. Jordan Omarvius Rogers. Frederick Kareen Ross. Alexander John Samaro. Jose Samuel Sanchez. Brian Santiago Rodriguez. Alanis Naomi Santos Rivera. Cameron James Saracen. Rakia Dearjane Scarlett. Asia Janae Scott. Avante Javon Scott. Nakia Zamiria Scott. Joshua Luke Sherman. Travion Jamel Smalls. Candace Janae Smith. Deani Damala Charmaine Smith. Vashanti Amaya Smith. Luis Manuel Soto. Michaela St. Fort. Zaria Michelle Shanice Street. Ashanti Takiria Studemeyer. Louis Angel Swastegi. Dejanaya Natasha Teague. Roderick Cardelius Timmons. Tyler Glenn Towns. Jada Lynn Turner. Do you have a middle name? Lauralee Turner. Hector Luis Vargas. Felicia Carrion Vasquez Rolón. Caitlin Nicole Vega. Luis Javier Velez Matias. Etienne Vincent. Jordan Charles Walters. Kayla Lynn Watts. Frank William Winger III. Daniel Lorenzo White. Raylan Juanita Wiggins. Daquan Jaheim Wilson. William Dalton Yarbrough.
Arisu Yoshida. Angel Lee, Genesis Rosada Hernandez, Damian Hatfield, Aubrey Grace Wolf, Haley Aurora Audette, Gregorio Daniel Escada, Molly Elizabeth Cunningham, Amelia Rose Jackson, Roger Frank Turner, Gisela Patrice Clemens, Ryan Austin Sini, Joseph Anthony Sanchez, Angelica Kiera Cruz Pedrogo, Vincenzo Stephen de Blasio, Ruben Yensuel Mengual Nieves, Justin Caleb Rivera Molina, Juliana Marie Medina Figueroa, Emily Elise Lerma, Destiny Brooke Wild, Celeste Lynn Elkins, Kalopi Nikisha Cardi, Dawson Daniel Hip, Martha Nomi Meza, Dylan Devon Kennedy, Nomi Judith Casanova Rosario, Dahabi Alexia Hernandez de Villa, Tykeria Denise Robinson, Ayana Lachey Tarver, Amber Winnette Lofton, Barrett William Underwood, Stone Matthew Bilodeau, Mackenzie Lynn Francis Katina,
Michael Ray Lee Algarin Compion Mendez, Alexis Marie Croca, Emily Irene Davis, Dentasia Davia Dent, Russell Anthony DeVito, Reginald Lewis Embry, Jolande Emilian, Jose Alex Flores, Fabiana Lanai Francois, Jayla Monet Friend, Emily Jade Foltz, Alexis Marie Gaston, Marquise LeConte Gale, Shakiria Zaporia Gale, Jedrick Enrique Jarina. Some of these people were here. A lot of them were here. They were just out of order. Like we called these kids' names. Can we just stop there? Mrs. Bird, each student here assembled has completed all requirements as prescribed by the Polk County School Board in the state of Florida and hereby entitled to receive a high school diploma. Mrs. Bird.
By the authority vested in me by the state of Florida and the Polk County school system, I pronounce upon those of you who have completed the necessary requirements, graduates of the Polk County school system, and bestow upon each of you all the rights and privileges. Congratulations to the class of 2020!
Winter Haven High School, class of 2020, you may now move your tassels to the left. You are now high school graduates. Congratulations. Please remain standing for the alma mater.